Alright, this is something that rarely happens with the MTA. The MTA has always been good on keeping trains on a smooth and steady line, and the fact that this actually happened while I was working, heading back to the office, taking the C train, it really stunned me. So it surprised me, even though I shouldn't be surprised, but it still is a surprise nonetheless, because again, these things rarely happen with a train. I think the last time it actually did happen, I believe it was almost 19 years ago. I was still in my teens when the last derailment happened. I believe that was in a D train heading to decap. But in any case, there was a very serious derailment. It involved the F train, and needless to say, it causes a mass confusion and pretty much messed up every schedule that it's had. 19 people, according to some lots of reports. Here, I got the one that's on Chicago Tribune, was seriously hurt. No deaths has been reported, thank goodness. But in any case, this was something that shook up a lot of people. This is the article I'm going to read a little bit brief about it. It says a New York City subway train carrying 1,000 riders derailed Friday morning while traveling through the tunnels in the boroughs of Queen, injuring 19 people. The city of fires officials said 15 people escaped with minor injuries, while 4 more were transported to the hospital with potential serious injuries, officials said. I hope they actually pull through. I hope that they are okay, because like I said again, I would never want to be in a situation like that when a train derails. I've heard nightmares about that. I've seen news report about that. And again, the MTA, to their credit, had a very good track record of preventing these things. So this is something that is a shocker. This happened at 10:20 on 4 a.m. Pretty much a few hours after my lunch break. I found out when I was on the train, and there was loudspeakers saying that due to the derailment, there were trains being suspended. And needless to say, this shook me up a little bit, because that's something I don't. When you travel in these trains, you don't really think about trains derailing, because especially when you want to get to point A and point B safely as possible. I rely a lot on the subways. That's my major thing. I don't like buses too much. I only take them if I have no choice. But my always travel of choice when it comes to my work or just going about is the mass transit of the subway. So hearing this really did say, ooh. The cause of the derailment was not immediately known, but the MTA chairman Thomas Pendergast said that the Mass Transit Agency will begin its full inspection of signals and tracks. New York One television broadcast video of the fire officials evacuating those people in darkness, some through the subway gates. This is one of the I believe one of the victims that has happened. I saw everyone jerk forward. My car went dark, and Colony 124, a freelance photographer who was riding in the car in the middle of the train, there were sparks flying. One who was traveling from the home in Queens to a job in Lower Manhattan said fellow passengers was mostly waiting in silence during the hour it looked before they were evacuated. Keep in mind, you see that vision, that's not a good vision to have. I'm being real. Like I said again, there has not been a report of fatality, which, thank goodness, hasn't been reported fatalities the last time this happened. But the one thing I will say to you, when this something does happen, I will say this about the MTA: they get right on it, because they do not want this to be a occurring incident, especially when the subway system is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they want to get to the bottom of it. Now, keep in mind, there have been some people suggest that maybe the storm, because we did had a massive flood 24 hours ago. It rained heavily on, I'm sorry, 48 hours ago. It rained heavily on Wednesday. They were still feeling the effects of the flood on Thursday, and being Friday, that may have played a part on the signals being out of control. Keep in mind, the tunnels of the subways are not in the best of shape. I'm telling you, if you travel New York City, you know what I'm talking about. When it comes to a monsoon, it's going right through this the cement floors and hitting the ground. So that may or may not play the part. But in any case, whatever happened, they're all going to look this up, and I'm hoping they will. And as soon as they give the report, I will relay it back to everyone here. So that's pretty much it. I will leave a link to the article so you can read yourself. But again, very scary thing in New York, and I'm just happy that no fatalities have came across of it. And as always, guys, if you have any articles or any thing you want me to talk about, please leave a link below. I'll check it out. Until then, J77 saying take care, be safe. I'll talk to you soon.